We're back to the Inside Scoop EmeraldPlanet. Here again, your host, Dr. Sam.
And I will still be speaking.
Yes, I'm Dr. Sam Hancock, the President and Executive Director of EmeraldPlanet in Washington, D.C. We're reaching out around the globe to bring many nations, many peoples to realize there is a link for the environment, for the economy, and for social development. This is a new movement throughout the globe, and we have experts from Latin America and also with us from Africa. We have an outstanding member representing the country of Liberia. Her name is Selina Hoffman. She started and is chair of LiberEarth. And what they're doing is they're working on the environment and other social issues in Liberia. Ms. Hoffman, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Susan.
We're glad that you could join us today. Tell us a little bit about Liberia. Many of our audience, because this does go global, may not know about your very beautiful country in Western Africa and maybe a little bit of its history.
Thank you so much. Well, Liberia stems from this country. It was founded, I will not say founded, it was established, because what happened is there were people in Liberia who had migrated from the old empires of Mali and Ghana during the 1815s, and because there was a great migration. So these people wandered down, they became nomads, and they came down to the area now called Liberia. It was before called the Grain Coast. And so they were there before the American Colonization Society took shiploads of African Americans who were then freed men and women to that area. As you can recall, there was slavery in the United States, but there were many friendly people who decided that black people should be freed and sent back to Africa. Consequently, in 1816, they established or founded the American Colonization Society. And when this society was founded, the headquarters was in Annapolis, Maryland, with many branches throughout the United States.
And we can show the map of Liberia, if we can bring that up, and that'll give us some idea of the scale of the country and also some of the major cities. And we'll be seeing some slides of that throughout this program, but it's a very beautiful country.
It is indeed a beautiful country. And Liberia is not as large as it used to be, because, as you know, our founding fathers were out in the United States area when they established Liberia. So they were not there to protect us to protect those there when the country was established. By this, there came a situation where the British sliced a piece of Liberia, including all of its inhabitants and the land, and added it to the Republic of Sierra Leone.
Well, tell us a little bit about the layout. We have the picture of the president, the first president of the country, which actually has a direct link to Virginia. I didn't realize this. I lived in Richmond for many years, and this gentleman happened to be from Petersburg.
Yes, Joseph Jenkins Roberts, one of the greatest presidents in Liberia. He was born in Norfolk, Virginia, and his family moved to Petersburg. He grew up in Petersburg, and he became friendly with Mr. William Colston, and they went into some business, but before then he attended church. the Petersburg AME Zion Church. I go out there sometimes. And in the yard of that church is a marble monument that was erected in honor of President Roberts. He was not only president of Liberia, he was an educator, he was a soldier, and many other capacities he held in the Republic. He was.
I was going to say, let's go to modern day Liberia, and let's see a scene of that, because what we're doing is we're setting the stage for the environment, the economy, and the social connection. So as in any modern city throughout the African continent, very vibrant society.
That's right.
Many challenges.
Many.
And tell us a little bit about this scene as it relates to modern day Liberia.
This scene, as we look at it, could have been much, much improved. We had a 14-year war, and this deterred our progress greatly. And it's amazing now that people can just pick up themselves and try to build Liberia, and it will be built because the people are ambitious enough and they're hardworking and they love their country. They know that there's no country like Liberia. And to some of us, the United States is second, our country. So it will be built up, but we suffered a lot. The infrastructure was terribly demolished. There were many killings. I think you all heard on the international news. And so if you go into Liberia now, you will find areas that were really burnt up. As you know, war is not fun. So as you see the picture over there, like I said before, it could have been much, much better looking.
But you know, the whole thing about what we're seeing here in this view, this is very typical. I've been to 15 different countries around the African continent. Enjoy each of the visits, and I'm looking forward to our worldwide trek where I'll actually be visiting 22 countries throughout the continent. But you know, there's a certain vibrancy, there's a certain natural beauty, and we're going to wait to the very end to see this one photograph that you shared with us of the beach. But looking at this picture, it gives you an idea that, you know, things are happening, it's alive. And how can you build on, as a nation, build on this energy, the talent, and the dynamism, if you will, of the people for the future?
Well, because the people are interested in the reconstruction of Liberia, arms are open out to investors. We have, like you mentioned about the beaches. The beaches are superb. They're beautiful. Right now, Mr. Bob Johnson has a
and he's
hotel.
a Bet TV. We should throw that in, the connection,
Okay.
because many
Okay,
people
he's a Bet TV.
worldwide will not know who
he is.
Mr. Johnson is.
But congratulations, Mr. Johnson, because he has a 4- or 5-star hotel right on the beach. Beautiful. Everything is there. And it's conveniently located that you just would just sit out on the porch and just under those big umbrellas.
But more than that, I understand he built this with the latest environmental technologies and processes and materials.
Most likely.
So that it actually meets what they call LEED standard,
That's
which is
right.
an international standard.
And this area was before a tropical scenery of cultural scenery, rather. It was called the Kindeja. And they removed the Kindeja group, the cultural dances and dancers, and they compensated them and gave them another area to live in. But they maintained the name Kindeja. This is why it's called the Kindeja Resort. And it's really outstanding. Now, if you go to other areas of the beach, you have erosion, which is threatening our beaches.
Yeah, we need, and we'll be talking about this, the sea level rise,
Yes.
the violence of the climate change is going on.
That's right.
And so there's much that needs to be done
That's
to
right.
improve the environment, but also there's much work
Much
attempting to improve the environment.
And we appeal to people like you and your associates to come on and help us.
Well, this is the audience. This is going
To
worldwide.
secure our beaches. We have beautiful beaches, like a place, my mother's area where they settled, her people settled in Edina. The Edina beaches, I hear so much about them, and we anticipate setting it up as a resort in Edina that we can have people from all over the world visit and just have fun. We have the best of shrimps or crawfish. We have all kinds of fishes. We have the nice.
But what needs to be done to protect the fisheries and the land and the beaches? What should be done? What do you think?
Well, we would have to get people who know how to do it, who are experts in this field, in order to keep our environment good, to protect the beaches, and to make us a better center for tourism.
Actually, through our search for the best practices, I've talked with a firm just last night that's working on the establishments of artificial reefs that can actually strengthen the reef by 9 times
Wonderful.
by nature, and also that cuts down on the impact of the negative effects of sea level rise.
Wonderful.
So these are things that we do need to talk about. We have just about 45 seconds, so it's got to be quick. What would you like to share with the world about Liberia and its movement into the 21st century?
I would like to say that Liberia is a progressive nation. I promote history and culture, and we have an excellent president, the first female president of Africa. She's doing her utmost to build up our country, and we outside who are not in Liberia right now are also joining forces to develop the country. My son, Emile Hoffman, has written books on Liberia, on history, digging into not only 1822 when Liberia was established, but beyond, and he's incorporated all, and this is what I'm going to put together to build up a good Liberian history. Welcome to Liberia. We are people who are very hospitable, and you will have a wonderful time there.
Well, Selina Hoffman, founder and chair of the LiberEarth, thank you for being with us. It's wonderful that you could share, and we're working to bring the best practices to your people. And you, the audience, thank you.